Hello. Welcome to the session on practicing making various knots, correct loading of slings, correct and safe removal of parts, part 1. Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to bind the rope ends with binding wire, state the precautions to be observed while using ropes. The tools and materials required to bind rope ends are rope, soft copper or iron wire, cutting plier, spike. In part 1, let's learn how to bind the rope using a soft copper or iron wire. Before that, let's know about the wire rope. Wire ropes or cables are built up of strands of wire laid together in the direction of opposite twists to form the rope. Standard wire rope is made from strands encompassing a single core. Wire ropes are used for heavy-duty hoisting. When the wires and strands are twisted in the same direction, the rope is known as Lang-lay rope. When the wires are twisted in opposite direction, it is known as regular lay rope. In order to bind the rope using a soft copper or iron wire, place one end of the soft copper or iron wire along the axis of the rope by forming a loop. Then, wind the other end of the wire around the rope 10 to 15 turns towards the end of the rope. Pass the end of the wire through the loop formed by the first end and pull the first end to make it tight. Finally, cut off the excess wire ends to make a simple seizing. Next, let's learn to bind rope ends by wire, adopting the self-tightening seizing method. First, take a soft wire and pull one end of the wire between the strands of the rope. Then, wind around the rope for 5 to 6 turns towards the end of the rope. Place the second end of the wire along the rope between the strands and wind around by the bites 5 to 6 turns after forming a loop. Pull the free end of the loop under the bites to make it tight. Cut off the excess wire to form a self-tightening seizing. Now, let's learn how to bind the rope ends by a wire using the crown method. Unwind the wire strands to separate themselves to a length of 250 to 300 mm. Take one strand to form a loop and pass the end in between the strands of the rope. Pass the second strand in between the strands 1 and 3. Insert the third strand through the loop formed by the first strand and pull it tight. Put a spike in between the strands to form a passage. Spike is a tool with a pointed end used to poke in and make room for inserting the rope strand end for binding. Then, insert the first strand through the opening passage and pull it tight. Insert the second strand in a similar manner and pull it tight to form a crowned binding of the rope end. Note that this method is used for fiber and cotton rope binding. Now, let's learn the precautions to be followed while using the ropes. Before using a rope, thoroughly inspect it for any signs of wear, damage, fraying, or weak spots. Check the rope's weight limit and ensure it is not exceeded. Ropes should be kept dry because moisture hastens their decay. Avoid dragging ropes across rough surfaces that could cause abrasion or damage. Avoid running the ropes over sharp edges. Avoid tying knots in the middle of the rope as it reduces its strength significantly. Let's recap the key points discussed. Binding of the rope ends by using copper or iron wire. Binding of the rope ends by wire using self-tightening seizing method. Binding of the rope ends by wire using the crowning method. This brings us to the end of the session. Hope you have gained a good understanding of practicing, making various knots, correct loading of slings, correct and safe removal of parts, part 1. See you in the next session.